My name is Wali Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. My question goes to something that I read in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. There is a reference, getting back to the ocean, of going into the black water, and who would be there to report on it. Can you elucidate on that, please?
All right. So in those days, there was this idea that when you go into the deep ocean, nobody comes back. Kala Pani, they would go. And there were also, the colonial government would send people across that into jails for people who revolted against the colonial power. So nobody crosses the black waters. That was the kind of saying. Similarly, Sri Ramakrishna would use these as metaphors. When you plunge mentally, in the mind, into that reality, and that can be, what do I mean by plunge? Didn't you just say, Swami, that we are that reality? Yes, you are that reality. But the mind which is investigating this can now be stilled in meditation. It's called samadhi, right? And then the mind is stilled, but not asleep. It's like being fully awake in deep sleep, if you can wrap your mind around that. Fall asleep, you're not aware of the external world, you're not aware of the physical body, you're not aware of the mind, you're not even aware of that I am sleeping. If you're aware of that, you're not sleeping. And in sleep, you're in deep sleep. But here you're awake, you're fully awake. The world is blanked out. The body and the senses and the mind is also blanked out. And yet you are endlessly aware. From an external perspective, you might see to be not aware of anything. Sri Ramakrishna goes into samadhi many times. So many people saw this. Not only that, he would become as still. The description always was, it becomes like a picture. As still as a picture. A doctor examined him. Heartbeat stopped. Breathing stopped. They touched the eyeball. No reflex. It's like being dead. Not only being unaware, actually being dead or in deep coma. And yet, when he was asked, were you unconscious at that time? No. Sri Ramakrishna's response was, does one meditating on consciousness become unconscious? So it's only consciousness, but no object to it. There's no object, no limited object which is, you're aware of a limited object. All right. Now there are many of these states. They are studied in a system called yoga. It's not just one samadhi. Samadhis are of different grades and different types. Now the point being asked here is, so it is you are aware, and what is it like exactly? Well, two things. And that state obviously you can't speak, because there is, from your perspective, there's no world, there's nobody to speak to, there's no body, there's no speech, there's not even a mind. Coming back from that state, arising from that state in the sense that the body-mind starts functioning again. You are clearly aware of, you means the mind now is clearly aware of what happened there. But there is no way of expressing it at all. Only approximations can be there. And those approximations are basically the basis of all religion. The way the masters in different religions have pointed it out. And mystics who have realized it have pointed towards it. And many practices which will help you to reach that. Another example, he uses the salt doll who went to measure the ocean. If a salt doll goes to measure the ocean, first of all, measuring the ocean is impossible for the doll. Second, can it do so? The moment it enters the ocean, it becomes the ocean. It floats up into the ocean, becomes the ocean. There's no individual left who will come back and say that the ocean is like this. Even when in Jivan Mukta, the person actually comes back in the sense, it seems to from our perspective, that a person has come back. From that person's perspective, there's no more person anymore. And there is no way of describing that. There are ways of pointing it out, which can help others. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.